lovely good morning to you, viewers. I welcome you to a Friday edition of the Icu TV Breakfast Show, coming to you live in the heart of Kafue of Shantumbu, Chalela of Shantumbu Road. But before we get into our headline pick, Eric, what's on your mind today?
I absolutely do not know what's on my mind today. I think I came in blank today. What do you have something in your mind?
Okay. So now he caught me off guard.
Well, you actually look amazing, by the way.
Oh, thank you. You look amazing too.
Do I?
Yes. Well, I'm excited today. It's gonna be a good Friday. I have an amazing feeling. Yes. Before you switch your attention, let's get into the headline pick of today. Dollar motorists arrested for assaulting traffic police officers, and a grandmother buried alive in pit latrine over witchcraft claims in Eastern Province. And we move on to the next. Mugabe's son arrested. President Hakainde Hichilema to address the nation in Parliament today. And on our health and fitness segment, we have a guest joining us today in studio, so stay tuned. Moving on our social media trends today, we have President Hakainde Hichilema relieves Muchinga and Mubanga of ministerial duties. And moving on to our sports segment today, Zambia launched COSAFA title defense with a big win over Botswana. We take a quick short break. We'll be right back with the story pick.
The Information and Communications University is complementing government effort in promoting legal and safe mining for all Zambians. ICU is offering a short practical training course to artisanal and small-scale miners and those who intend to venture into mining. This training covers identification of rocks and minerals, mining operations and equipment, health and safety in mining, environmental protection, licensing and compliance, qualifications, National Registration Card, NRC. Apply now at www.icuzambia.net. For more information, contact the ICU School of Mines, Department of Artisanal and Small-Scale Mining at +260 763 302 596 or +260 973 263 492. For analysis of mineral samples, contact the ICU School of Mines Laboratory at +260 973 263 492 or +260 977 833 434.
We are the dreamers reaching for the sky. At ICU, together we will rise. With knowledge and passion, we aim to achieve a future so bright, with more to believe. We're building
the best graduating students, masters in the School of Humanities. Hi, I'm Genea Moyo, and I am ICU.
We kickstart your day with our headline pick with the top stories making news.
Then we go deeper in our story pick, where we break down issues that matter the most to you.
From the Health Desk, we share simple tips to keep you healthy and informed.
Or plus a fitness minute to get your body moving before the day begins.
And trending now, what's hot on social media?
Hello Zambia, my name is Amina Mutambo.
And I am Maluba Mwanamuchende, and we bring to your screens the Icu TV Breakfast Show.
Well, all right. And this morning, in our headline pick, of course, now we're getting down into the story pick, rather, yeah?
Of course.
Of course. All right. So we've got Ndola motorist arrested for assaulting traffic police officer. And the story reads, Ndola motorist Emmanuel Njovu, 32, has been arrested for assaulting a traffic police officer during a roadside confrontation on Wednesday. And the incident occurred along the Ndola Kitwe Duo carriageway and was captured on video, widely circulating on social media. Let's get to hear more of the details from Peter Angerelwa.
32-year-old motorist Emmanuel Njovu has been arrested for assaulting a traffic police officer during a roadside confrontation on Wednesday. The incident, captured on video and widely circulated on social media, shows a heated exchange between Njovu and the officer along the Ndora-Kitwe dual carriageway. According to police, the officer had stopped Njovu's Toyota Actus for allegedly failing to obey traffic signs. Njovu, a clinical officer at Ndora Teaching Hospital, reportedly became unruly and violent when instructed to proceed to Hillcrest Police Post, assaulting the officer. Members of the public intervened and rescued the officer, and Njovu was taken into police custody. Copper Belt Province Commanding Officer Mwanamuchende confirmed the arrest and urged motorists to respect law enforcement officers and resolve disputes through law channels. Peter Ngererwa reporting.
Quite an interesting story.
Interesting indeed. Like, I think people are bold enough, like, to fight a police officer in uniform.
I mean, and apparently it turns out that it's actually both people in uniform, because isn't it like a medical personnel?
No. So this is just a motorist.
Oh, it's a motorist.
Yes.
I don't know, from the social media platforms that I went through, most of people were saying this was like a clinic. I'm not sure if I just read wrong. But so most people were saying it was a clinic.
So it was a motorist fighting a police officer.
Ah, okay.
Like, how bold of him. Like, why are you fighting a man in uniform? Let's respect the people in uniform. These are the people that protect us in our communities, in our societies. So let's, give them the utmost respect.
And that's just the truth.
Yes, and you're still watching us live on ICU TV. Drop us your comments in the comment section. What's your view about, this motorist Emmanuel Mwanza hitting the police officer in uniform? And right about now, we have comments on our platform. So first one is, good morning to you, Rudo Mwanza. Thank you so much for staying tuned. And we have another comment to say, what if he wanted to shoot him? Well, from the look of this video, I think the police officer tried by all means to refrain from having any physical. Yes, because he avoided the motorist as much as possible. Like
and it, it's not so cool for the fact that a person, a civilian, I should call them, to put themselves in a position where you're going to have that feel of for the fact that he's the one who was in the wrong. If looking at the story, he did not go right on the traffic sign. If I maybe went I didn't read it right. He went wrong on the signs, the traffic signs.
Yes, he did.
Yes, but apparently because he was approached and trying to be corrected, and then you turn out to feel like you're the one on the right, and you reach a point of wanting to assault.
I think there's just something about us civilians, we feel, yes, we have our rights, but these are people that maintain law and order.
Exactly.
So they will, look at where he's ended up in. So no matter what situation you find yourself in, do not engage in any physical, arrangements with the people in uniform.
Please.
So moving on to the next, this one is quite interesting, actually, and sad. So, grandmother buried alive in Pillar Tree over witchcraft claims. And the story reads, an elderly woman of Chataika village in Chief Mwagala's area of Chadiza district has died after allegedly being buried alive in an unfinished pillar tree by her two grandsons who suspected her of practicing witchcraft. And the deceased, Tiesendi Sakala, was allegedly attacked by Silensi Banda and Joseph Banda, both from the same village, who accused her of causing the prolonged illness of their sister Agnes Sakala. And now, Eastern Province Police Commanding Officer Robertson Mwemba said officers rushed to the scene and found shocked villagers gathered. Investigations indicate the woman was dragged from her house and buried alive in the pit latrine, while the suspects threatened anyone who tried to help.
How brutal can people be?
Right?
Honestly, how are you just going to get a human being that's alive and shove them in a pit and get soil put on top of them? I'm only I'm trying to imagine. Could it be that of course, at this particular point, this person is obviously calling for help, trying, like, crying out to avoid these people
because
from
the
doing this
brothers were very, angry because they have their sister who's been sick for a long time. So they're suspecting their grandmother. This is your own grandmother, and then you're suspecting them of witchcraft, and then you just drag them into the pit latrine to kill them alive. As in, this is a person who's screaming for help. They're alive.
Exactly.
And you end a life. This is very unfortunate.
And you're very comfortable with it. How brutal can a person be? How brutal can a person be? Honestly, if you have something to say about this particular story, please do bring it down in the comment section below. And of course, like we have, like Madam Mutambo had mentioned earlier, we have Rudo Mwanza who commented. Please continue commenting and bring out your comments and what you feel about these particular stories that we are bringing out today. This is so sad. How can a person feel? I do not even know. It's something that's so disheartening. I should honestly say.
And we have something interesting. I don't know if it should be interesting, right? But former late president's son, Robert Mugabe, is arrested. Could you give us more details on that?
Well, on this particular story, we have we have Jatunga Mugabe, being arrested for allegedly murdering his gardener, and the fact that he's reported himself, like he put himself he brought himself into light. We do not know if that proves that. Of course, it's known that a person is not guilty till they are proven guilty. But for the fact that he brought himself to light, we do not know if that proves himself. But before we even get into bringing our assumptions and let's get to hear the reports that we have this morning by Mishek Mfune.
I can say that out towards the end they were uncooperative, because if they were cooperative they would have told us where is the firearm, but they are not telling us where is the firearm. But we do have a victim that has been shot, so it states that the person, clearly shows that there is someone who has been shot, but where is the firearm that shot the person? Our police will be doing their job like any other case. The case will be investigated. There won't be any preferential treatment, and the investigation will unfold as per procedure.
Welcome back, and now you have it. We'll move up to the next. We have national issues, and quite interesting today. The president will be addressing the nation in parliament today. Yes,
and it's quite interesting that a number of issues are going to be sorted out, and we do not know. Well, I feel like a number of issues that people have been having in mind will be responded to today, and I hope my questions would also be responded to.
Oh, I'd love to hear. What questions do you have? On the employment side, in the health segment, development,
me being a media personnel, I would love to say that I speak for the people.
Of course.
So I'll speak for each and every person. So
right.
When I say my questions, I would love to say that I'm speaking for
on behalf
of the people that maybe feel like they've not been able to speak out and say certain things. But I'm not going to bring it out now, because we don't want to, sound like we're being political and all. The fact that,
Let's get to hear it from you, our viewers. What do you expect, or what are you expecting in today's national address? Leave your comments in the comment section, and you're still watching the Icu TV Breakfast Show live on Icu TV, that's on Facebook, and on YouTube, that's Icu TV. Let's get interactive. But for now, we go on a short break. Catch you on the other side.
We kickstart your day with our headline pick, with the top stories making news.
Then we go deeper in our story pick, where we break down issues that matter the most to you.
From the Health Desk, we share simple tips to keep you healthy and informed.
for Classic Fitness Minute to get your body moving before the day begins.
Trending now. What's hot on social media?
Hello Zambia, my name is Amina Mutambo.
And I am Maluba Mwanamuchende, and we bring to your screens the Icu TV Breakfast Show.
The Information and Communications University is complementing government effort in promoting legal and safe mining for all Zambians. ICU is offering a short practical training course to artisanal and small-scale miners and those who intend to venture into mining. This training covers identification of rocks and minerals, mining operations and equipment, health and safety in mining, environmental protection, licensing and compliance, qualifications, National Registration Card NRC. Apply now at www.icuzambia.net. For more information, contact the ICU School of Mines, Department of Artisanal and Small-Scale Mining at +260 763 302 596 or +260 973 263 492. For analysis of mineral samples, contact the ICU School of Mines Laboratory at +260 973 263 492 or +260 977 833 434.
Thank you for still staying with us. You're still watching the ICU TV Breakfast Show live on ICU TV. Today we explore South Africa, and to be specific, we go to Cape Town. But before that, Eric, have you been to South Africa, or have you traveled outside Zambia?
I have never. I'm not gonna lie. I've traveled most of the provinces in Zambia. I think almost all, if I'm not mistaken. But outside town, no. I'm going to lie. Do you have your passport?
I really don't know why we're talking about the passports now, but we're traveling soon. But right now, we go into Cape Town, the home to the historical Castle of Good Hope, and Miriam takes us through.
The Castle of Good Hope in Cape Town is the oldest surviving colonial building in South Africa, built in the 17th century by the Dutch East India Company. It stands as a symbol of early colonial history and also holds a darker past. King Langalibelele of the Maluba was imprisoned here in 1874 for rebelling against colonial authorities. And in 1879, King Siswayo of the Amazulu, who resisted colonial conquest during the Anglo-Zulu War, was also detained. Their imprisonment is a stark reminder of the struggles African leaders faced under colonial rule. Despite its name, the Castle of Good Hope reflects both the architectural legacy of colonial times and the resilience of those who fought against oppression.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That was the historical Castle of Good Hope, the oldest surviving colonial building in South Africa, which was originally built in the 17th century. With centuries of history preserved within its walls, the landmark continues to attract visitors from across the globe who are eager to experience its rich heritage and architecture. Well, I think as you're having a bucket list of places to visit, I think Cape Town, South Africa, Cape Town to be specific, and the historic Castle of Good Hope should be one of the places you're planning to visit.
It sounds like an interesting place. Like I personally would want to visit it because, looking at the outline and what the reports that Miriam has brought for us, I feel like it's something that I'm eager to
and gives
experience.
a sense of calm. Yes. So we'll be jumping into our health and fitness segment just right after this break. But before we go, Eric, when was the last time you did something healthy or
exercising?
Yes, or maybe on the food part?
Well, on the food part, I do not know, because you remember last time we had Mr. Sikaze, the doc, our own doc, here when we were talking about having shima in the morning. You know, we had a very funny comment. I was asking if we can have shima in the morning, and look at the conversation that we had last in the last segment. The other segment, the previous segment, it was mentioned that shima is actually very important. In the morning.
Yes.
That's in the morning.
Because you are breaking the fast actually. In the night, you're advised to have something very, very light. But you know, we are Zambians. We love nshima. 5 finger.
And the problem is that when you eat nshima in the morning, you feel you're going to sleep like the entire day. But it's actually advised to have a good meal in the morning, because that's when you're starting today. That's when you're starting the day. And it's going to give you,
more energy carbs. We need carbs
exactly to deliver whatever you have for the day. It's going to help you. So we're just pushing it back a little bit to what we had last week, just in case you missed it. Well, we had
Dr. Philemon Sikaze.
Yes.
When last did you have a fruit? Be it an apple, banana. I think these are the most common ones. You're able to grab a banana.
I'm actually a banana person, personally. I do not know. What's your favorite fruit? Drop it in the comment section. In the comment section, if you have a favorite fruit, just in case, maybe not I. We could surprise you and just give you a favorite fruit in the next
basket,
segment.
not just a fruit, but a fruit basket. So let's get interactive in the comment section. Tell us what your favorite fruit is. We might be delivering a fruit basket to your doorstep. And you're still watching the Icu TV Breakfast Show live on Icu TV. We take a break. Coming up is health and fitness segments.
The Information and Communications University is complementing government effort in promoting legal and safe mining for all Zambians. ICU is offering a short practical training course to artisanal and small-scale miners and those who intend to venture into mining. This training covers identification of rocks and minerals, mining operations and equipment, health and safety in mining, environmental protection, licensing and compliance. Qualifications: National Registration Card NRC. Apply now at www.icuzambia.net. For more information, contact the ICU School of Mines, Department of Artisanal and Small-Scale Mining at +260 763 302 596 or +260 973 263 492. For analysis of mineral samples, contact the ICU School of Mines Laboratory at +260 973 263 492 or +260 977 833 434.
Well, welcome back, and of course, you are watching the Icu TV Breakfast Show this morning from the Chalala Studios, that is off Shantumbu Road, and now we are in the health and nutrition segment. And I'm joined by a very interesting guest, of course. You may not know because we didn't put out the poster. We do apologize to him, even if you can't see him right now. But yes, we've got an interesting guest who is Hamayanda Surat. I'm not going to introduce him by everything because that's packaged for afterwards. I do not want to reveal certain things that we have agreed at this particular moment. But let me allow him to introduce himself just for a little bit. Please do not bring out what we want to speak about. Well, what I do not know what you want us to speak. I mean, what we're going to speak about later, because you also do not know.
Yeah.
But I want you to just briefly introduce yourself to the people. We have a number of people watching us, and they do not know who Hamayanda Surat is. Just briefly tell us who is Hamayanda Surat.
So you've mentioned not introducing the other part, so I'll put it on a general perspective.
I said it because, just to be clear, I know him. on on a personal level, and I that's the more reason why I just want to be not bring out everything, because I want him to personally introduce himself so that we get to know him. Yes.
All right. So like you mentioned, my name is Hamaya Suret. A proud Tonga to start with.
Mm-hmm.
I'm proud Zambian, proud African.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Well, in a general perspective, I'd say I'm someone who loves creativity. Yes, someone who loves creativity and someone who's around to make people smile. I think that's Suret on a general perspective. Unless now we specify now.
Let's just get into the profession.
The
now.
profession.
The
All right. So
side.
the professional side now. I'm a pharmacist by profession. I completed in 2024, and I finished just my internship 3 weeks ago. So I'm fresh.
So you understand? Wait, being a pharmacist, you people don't do the injection stuff, or
we do.
You just administer medicines and all?
No, we do.
I do not know. I do not know anything about pharmacy.
Pharmacy is broad. I know most people when they hear about pharmacy, 2 in the morning, 2 in the afternoon, 2 in the evening.
and that's the truth. And that's the truth.
But it's deeper than that, actually. It's way deeper than that. Dispensing medication between the morning, it's not the whole umbrella of a pharmacist, right? So just to give an overview of who a pharmacist is, I'm going to say a pharmacist is the last hero in the medical line. Before the patient goes, that's the last person they'll get to see. If you've noticed, they'll see a medical doctor, they'll go in to see a nurse, they'll go to the labs. When they see a pharmacist, they get the medication. What happens next? They're going home.
Or you go to the hospital, you're told, oh no, you're given what you call it, a prescription, yes. and then you're told go to a pharmacy, maybe just in case, say a government hospital, and then you're told go get this medicine and all, and at the end of the day you're going to go to a pharmacy to get that particular medicine. So what are we going to say? Why don't the hospitals let me just travel away a little bit. Why don't the hospitals have that particular medicine that was sent to the pharmacies to get?
Okay, if I'm getting the question correctly, so the setup in the hospital, or even in private actually, is that there's separation of power, I can say. Everyone got their own duties, right? For example, the biomedical scientists, their great job is on the labs. Then they'll come back to the doctor, they do the diagnosis. The nurses will do their job as well, right? So also us as pharmacists have our role on the medication part. So when they're sent to the pharmacy within the hospital, because that's where the medications are, they'll examine them, they've seen everything, and they now come with a prescription or with their file to get the medication.
I love that. It's actually in every industry. It's not just obviously. You know how you've brought it out. It's actually opened me up. Even looking at my space as a media personnel, even in the media industry, we have reporters, we have, we have the technical bench, we have, rather the technical people, and all. So everyone knows what they do according to their space.
At what time they can.
Exactly.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. So basically, that's how the system is on that end. Pharmacy is very big, like I mentioned. It's bigger than dispensing medication.
Okay, so we're talking about fitness and health. We had last week. We had last week Dr. Philemon Skazui helping us understand on the particular topic. But today, with you, of course, we're talking about how a person should, exercise and what food they should take in order to stay healthy and all. But for you, I would like to just understand, let's just touch a little bit of the mental aspect of a person.
Okay.
On how we stay healthy. How can somebody's mental, not necessarily dipping into mental health and all, but as a pharmacist, you people prescribe. You people administer medicines and all. Do we have certain medicines that do affect getting to, because when we look at mental health, it's on a broad aspect.
Yes.
we have people that are, drug abuse and all. So what kind of drugs, make a person
mental breakdown or something?
and all.
Okay. So I like the aspect of mental health. So the mind is a powerful place. Right? It's the most powerful thing that is on the human body, right? Because you can have your monies in place, right? We can have most things in check, but as long as the mind is just low on itself, it really alters a lot of things, right? So there are certain drugs, of course, that can make someone have a mental breakdown. Now, to start with first, psychologically. Now, drugs have got what we call side effects. All right. Let's say you are taking. Let's use the common drug, flagyl. But
it also has, everything does have its side effects. Yeah. But no, that's a weird drug that you're going to say it's got some side effects. So please help us understand.
Yeah. So well, the generic name is metronidazole. So yeah, well, to use the correct terms.
Yes, please.
So usually most people abuse it once they have diarrhea. Metronidazole, diarrhea, metronidazole, right? So mostly side effects of it are things like nausea, right? Feeling weak, right? Now, most when people are taking medication, so I'm putting on a general perspective in terms of drug causing what? A mental breakdown.
Mental breakdown, yes.
You are not feeling well, and you're taking medications that you can get healed. Now, those side effects, some are very uncomfortable. So at the end of the day, they're going to injure someone's mindset at the time because they'll be thinking like they're not getting well. Or if not that, it's like they really want to get well. But like the drugs they're taking are just causing more harm because they can't bear the side effects. So generally drugs, depending on how someone will tolerate them, has an effect in terms of having that mental breakdown. Especially there's some drugs now which have effects direct now on the brain, the central nervous system, those things. And psychotic drugs, right? Drugs is for epilepsy because they go and try to pause the impulses in the brain. So definitely they equally be side effects that which can cause someone to have some mental health
disturbances.
Yeah.
So no, there's this commonly known I don't know if we call it a drug or medicine, codeine, that's being highly used by young people. Is it for it's for cough? It's a cough syrup, is it?
Okay, yeah. So
flu, cough.
Yes.
Yes, but it's I don't know what kind of effect it puts among the young people, but it's very highly used, and I don't know. It keeps me quite curious, and I would like to understand how it works and what they really find in it to you use it to an extent that it makes them feel whatever they feel.
Okay, so some drugs have got what we call euphoric effects, right?
Please make me and the viewers that are watching euphoric. That's what you have, man. But I personally do not understand if you say euphoric. There's also people like me out there that don't understand when you say euphoric. Please do make us understand.
Okay, from the explain layman's terms.
Please.
Euphoric or euphoria is a feeling that excites your brain, I can say. It's like your brain, we're at the normal mental state, right? You know when you're excited, when something nice happens, when you receive good news, the mind shifts to excited state, right? Yes. So there's some drugs like codeine that makes us go on a euphoric, even painkillers, by the way, like morphine, right? Morphine is a painkiller, a strong opioid, which so all these drugs, they've got a strong effect of what? Euphoria, exciting our mind. So most people abuse drugs like codeine is due to that effect. So it's meant to treat a certain condition, but when you take it on an overdose or for a very long period of time, you have that exciting state of the brain, the euphoric state. So that's why most people abuse such medication.
So that's what they're looking for.
Exactly.
Just that
little
excitement. A medicine that's meant to cure a person, you get to use it to excite yourself. How about that?
It's
why are we doing that though?
It's sad. It's sad. That's why we're here now, pharmacists, as with other health care providers, professionals, to sensitize people on not abusing these. Even as they are getting that excited to a state, that's still a medication, that's still a drug. It will have effect on their body.
So in the same aspect, well, we've had cases where young people have abused drugs and they've found themselves in positions where, maybe let me put it this way: is it possible? Of course, we've seen young people that have gone for rehabilitation and they've managed to get out of it, but what does it take for a person to, get off that? I do not know if it's in line with what you do, but what does it take for a person, I'm an abuser of these drugs and I take them? How easy is it for me to step out of it?
Okay.
Is it just people talking to me, or do I need other medicines in order for me to kill that? Because it's all about getting used to these things. Yes. Okay. That's why you're called an addict, because you've gotten used to something.
Yes, the body is used.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, allow me to explain it at this stage. Let me use an analogy of just these. Let's say weeds, people smoke, or cigarettes, right? You've seen the people whereby if they haven't smoked in a day, what happens? They can start shaking,
shivering and all shaking. Yes.
The body is used, right? Now, one of the formulas that they use at the rehab is that they won't just abruptly.
Let's hope we're not revealing secrets. I hope it's. I'm not in that area. That's the reason why I'm a little bit skeptical. So I'd like, since you bring it out, so I'm supposed to say we're safe.
Very safe. So the fact that it's taught, we learn about these things, because when we go sensitize people, it's what we talk about.
Please.
Very safe, actually. You're protected. Alright.
I'd love to be, yes.
So the article withdraw symptoms, right? You don't just abruptly stop. The body is used to something, right? That's why someone starts shaking when they're not taking those medications. So imagine just them staying for a few minutes without smoking. What happens if you just completely
go off?
The body will shut down. Yeah, because it's used to that. It's part of it now.
It's the same way we eat food, and you do not eat food for an entire day, and you're there like, oh, shaky, your body is not. Especially in Shima.
You said what? Shivering, right?
Yes.
Because the body is used to eating. So if you want to really completely stop eating, you have to start doing it slowly.
Okay, yeah.
Right, slowly. So we equally do that when it comes to medication, or people who are addicted. You start withdrawing slowly, right? So you can either be giving them the same drug that they're addicted to, but as well, you continue. Dosage. Yes, you continue reducing. So, because the body needs to be getting used now, it's reducing. At the end, you even reach at the 0 ground level. Yeah, there are also what we call placebos, right? Placebos are more like, let's say, psychologically speaking, you go to hospital, right? You have diarrhea. Then the doctor prescribes ORS, right? Oral nutrition salt. Most of us get angry, right? Like, I'm not feeling well, I need a lot of medication. Now, as health practitioners, we've noticed that condition can resolve itself, all right? So just give you something to help you supplement. And the people who are ready say, no, me, what only works is injection or medication like this. So there's some drug, we call them placebo drugs, placebos. They don't contain the active ingredient of a drug, right? but you are thinking it's a drug because your mind is thinking it's what?
It's a drug.
It's a drug.
No?
So you give it to you, you
That's
take it, and like, I'm now healed. No, we didn't give the drug. We knew you're going to be fine. You're going to survive on your own. But since your mind wanted the drug, go back to the mind being powerful. So the mind is
exactly. I was about to ask that. So it's all about mindset.
Yes. Yeah. So there are also drugs where they'll mimic the effect of the drug someone is addicted to, but it's not the actual drug. They just mimic the effect, and we continue with the same episode. What? Tapering down, reducing on the dose, reducing until someone. Yeah. So it's not a one day thing. It's not a 1 week thing. It depends with how long or how deep is the addiction.
Well, you're still watching the Icu TV Breakfast Show. Just in case you've got any questions for our pharmacist this morning, please do make sure to drop them in the comment section below. Quite an interesting conversation. Well, right now, of course, we've been talking about, to some extent, drug abuse and how best we can be able to, work on it and curb it and all. Can Mr. Ahmad?
Yes, sir.
Can we say what do we have a reason to why we've got a number of young people nowadays, abusing these drugs and all?
Yeah, a lot of reasons. A lot of reasons.
Mm-hmm.
To start with, background is one of the things that really has contributed to people abusing drugs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Imagine this. Here's a child who growing in a home where parents are ever busy trying to provide. There's nothing wrong with them providing, but they're not there to give time to the child, right? And there's no guidance. And as it's growing, there's exposure to social media at the end of the day. Exposure. And as this child is going through a lot, they're going through mental health pressure. They don't have time to even confide in their parents because they are busy. They don't have friends to even talk to. At the end, they're going to resort to something that is tempting, something that will numb their pain. Another thing is what? Drugs. Talking of background again, community where we grow up from. Most of these kids find that they grow up from violent areas. They grow up in violent areas, and the only thing they see as they are growing up is people drinking alcohol, people smoking, and the trend keep on to be passed on from one generation to the next generation. Yeah. Well, there are people who are rich and they're abusing drugs. You may wonder now, is it the pressure of life? Well, the sad thing about pressure is that it doesn't choose. Even people who are rich, they've got pressure.
True.
Even someone who's got a billion company doing fine, they have pressure of staying on top, making sure they don't go down. So there are most of these kids, they may have the money, they have everything given to them, but I've seen people actually rich and they'll commit suicide. A kid is given everything. They can go abroad, they can go out, but they commit suicide. Why? Because pressure doesn't get to choose. So mostly, the general thing is that most people fail to overcome the pressure that comes to the mind. So when there's seeming no solution to it, they will decide to go for something that will
numb that feeling.
And they forget about it, seemingly.
Quite an interesting conversation. We would like to go on and on. And I think this is a conversation that we would stay the entire day talking about.
It's very
honest.
It is very big.
So I think let's keep it for now. I'm sure we've heard maybe just a little bit of in that space, just a little bit of some advice to the young people out there that could be, feeling like they do not have a solution or an option and have resorted to using these drugs and all, like you have mentioned. Maybe just a little bit of some making them feel like what solution that you would bring out to them, maybe some word of encouragement and all to just make them understand to say even without that they could be better people and all. And we're not saying they're not better people and all, but maybe they could be in a better space and all.
Okay, so the first point I would say is that no matter what we're faced in, whether you're a child, you're a teenager, adolescent stage, or you're an adult, the first thing that we need to know or think of is that we shouldn't solve a problem with another problem. I think if they are to forget anything, I can say that should be the mark of it all. You have a problem, you go to drugs. Abuse will just cause more harm to your body, right? So solving a problem with another problem. You're adding salt to the wounds. You're pressing it. So please, no matter what you're going through, remember it's a solution. There's always a solution. And that solution shouldn't be something that should bring more harm, right? And one thing is, you're not alone. Something that I've had mental breakdowns before. I've come to realize finding someone to confide in is very important. In Africa, or rather among us, the black folks, unfortunately, we see therapy as, I don't know, it's not for us, for weak people. No, if you can't find someone you can trust to confide in, right? There are therapists, as you can pay, others do it for free. In both, there's a signed contract where you agree
You're
to
not
whatever
supposed to bring out whatever is going to be said to you.
Yes. So let's try to find someone we can open up to and they can give us the help. I don't give a general advice because we go through different things. And when we go to counselors, by the way, a pharmacist is a counselor.
People, can I see people all over now?
Actually, we're everywhere. Pharmacist is a team leader,
Some like to say
entrepreneur, a teacher, a lifelong learner, a care provider, an entrepreneur. I mean.
Okay, so now I think let me cut you from there, because we're now getting to almost the end of the show and the segment. But just before we get to go off, I do understand that you're more than a pharmacist, and now let's just get to briefly jump into the other side of you. You are a poet and also a public speaker and an event host, and please want to know that side. Obviously the people would like also to hear that side of you. Of course, you've given us the
professional
doc, the pharmacist, professional. That should also be a profession, though. That's also professional. If we should.
Yeah.
So we're not going to say the pharmacist side is the professional side, but we'd also just like to know your other side. Just please help us understand.
Yeah, with I think with the current trend of the world, but like I'm a what by profession. I'm a what by profession. Yeah. Well, actually, when I'm saying I'm a master of ceremony, I say I'm a professional master of ceremony.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm a professional master of ceremony. So when I'm not talking to patients, when I'm not ensuring patients are getting the right medication at the right time as a pharmacist, I do event hosting, corporate events, weddings, dinners, mention them. I love that work. I really do enjoy it. Yeah, like I mentioned earlier, remember I said I love making people happy. I love creativity. Yeah. So
please don't do it through drugs. You say drugs excite people, so certain drugs excite people. Please not use that.
No, I think by nature I'm a drug myself.
Oh wow.
That's
yes. That's a good one you just did there.
That's my poet side now. So I do poetry and I take it very serious. I actually have 3 albums. Yeah, 3 albums. That's how serious I take poetry. From there, I'm a public speaker, and mostly my solid base is on the mindset. Changing the mindset, because I believe once the mindset is changed, we can achieve almost everything that we need to. And I'm a mental health advocate, and I love chemistry. So personally, I tutor students and pupils. Yeah, like on a personal level, that under any institution, on a personal level, just tutor. I love chemistry. So
You're
help
jack
them.
of all trades, man.
You're
everywhere. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, but majorly it's these components.
Amazing. Well, we're getting to a close now, but before we go, maybe you could just, the people that have been following this conversation and they would like to know where they could probably come through for your profession. I don't know which side, but they would like to know who you are. I mean, more. Of course, you've told us who you are, but they would like to know more and would like to maybe
higher.
And no. So please do mention to our viewers where they could find you and your handles, your number. I don't know what you're comfortable with bringing out to our media.
Okay, so I'm majorly on Facebook. So the main profile is Hamayanda Sureth. That is single A's throughout, Hamayanda Sureth. Then Facebook. Now from the main profile there's a page. So our Facebook page, Instagram, TikTok, it's Uncle Sue.
We didn't talk about that, but thank you so much for bringing it up.
Yeah, so when I'm doing master ceremony, I go by Uncle Sue. Yeah, definitely. We'll dig on it later on if we get time to.
Please, we definitely do have. We definitely will bring you back for another segment where we get to now dive deep into the other. We've talked about the pharmacist side, and that's what we've gotten to know more about today. But on the poetry side, the master of ceremony, the public speaker, and those are segments on their own. Yeah.
So it's Uncle Sue hyphen for those going to private schools. As went to government schools, Gadash, yeah, Uncle Sue, just SU Uncle and space SU hyphen the Spartan Poet. That is TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook page, and the contacts are there. So
amazing. Well, our dear viewers, thank you so much, man, for taking time to be a part of the Icu Tv Breakfast Show. We really do appreciate you. Even as we communicated with you, took a time to be a part of this particular segment. And, we do appreciate you. We do not take it for granted.
I'm grateful as well for the opportunity given to be here.
Amazing. Well, that's Hamayanda Sureth, Uncle Sue, the Spartan Poet. That was with me on the Icu Tv Breakfast Show this morning. And now we have come to a close of the health and nutrition segment. And now we're getting into our what's trending on social media right after this break.
We kickstart your day with our headline pick with the top stories making news.
Then we go deeper in our story pick where we break down issues that matter the most to you.
From the Health Desk, we share simple tips to keep you healthy and informed.
For plus a fitness minute to get your body moving before the day begins.
And trending now, what's hot on social media?
Hello Zambia, my name is Amina Mutambo.
And I am Maluba Mwanamuchende, and we bring to your screens the Icu TV Breakfast Show.
We were looking at the health and fitness, ladies and gentlemen, and there you have it. So much information, right?
It's quite an interesting man that we had today. Mr. Hamayanda Sureth, of course, you heard he's a pharmacist, a poet, a master of ceremony, a public speaker, to mention but a few. We could go on and on. Of course, you heard the conversation couldn't stop, but we will actually have him in the next segments. Just in case you have any questions for him, do drop them in the comment section and we'll pass them on to him, or you could get through to the handles that he has put out.
We now delve into what's trending on social media, and now President Hichilema relieves Muchima and Mwanga of ministerial duties. It reads, President Hakainde Hichilema has relieved Minister of Health Elijah Muchima and Minister of Small and Medium Enterprise Development Elias Mwanga of their duties with immediate effect. The announcement was made in a press release issued by the Office of the President at State House in Lusaka on Tuesday, February 18th, 2026. Mishek Mfune of ICU TV gives us more in the following report.
President Hakainde Hichilema has relieved Minister of Health Elijah Muchima and Minister of Small and Medium Enterprise Development Elias Mwanga of their ministerial duties with immediate effect. The announcement was made in a press release issued by the Office of the President at State House in Lusaka on Wednesday, February 18, 2026. According to the statement, The decision was made in accordance with the Article 116, Clause 3A of the Constitution of the Republic of Zambia, which grants the President authority to appoint and relieve ministers of their duties. The head of state expressed appreciation to the two ministers for their services rendered to the government of the Republic of Zambia and extended his best wishes in their future endeavors. No immediate replacements were made in the statement. However, President Hichilema is expected to announce successors in due course. Reporting for Icu TV in Lusaka, I am...
Well, quite an interesting story, and it has brought a lot of people talking. I've been seeing on WhatsApp statuses, and everybody's posting about this particular issue, and I do not want to get much into what people are thinking and all, but this particular moment, well, let's dive into the sports segment, where we will have our sports reporter, journalist, Mr. Stephen Mwape, joining us right after this. Do stay glued.
You're still watching the Icu TV Breakfast Show Friday edition, and now we're on our sports segment, and in the studio I'm joined by Stephen Mwape, our sports journalist. But before we get to him and delve into the match that happened yesterday, allow me to get into the story pick. So Zambia launched COSAFA title defense with a big win over Botswana. Defending champions Copper Queen began their COSAFA Women's Championship 2025 campaign with a comfortable 3-0 win over the Botswana at Old Trafford Mokaba Stadium in Polokwane on Thursday afternoon. The result puts Zambia top of Group B with 3 points, while Zimbabwe are on second with 3 points. Stephen Mwape, our Copper Queens were playing yesterday and they beat Botswana 3-0. Can we get a view on their performance or how the game was yesterday afternoon?
All right, so to start with, thank you very much for having me. And it was a very interesting game, I would say, because Zambia were coming in as defending champions, like you've alluded in your story pick. So yeah, it was a very tough and challenging game for the girls who are coming in so prepared for that particular game. So they were playing against a Botswana side who has been dominating of late, especially in the COSAFA Cup Hollywood Bets. So to start with, the game was quite interesting. We saw goals from Susan Banda, a very spectacular strike that is currently trending on social media. She scored a very beautiful goal. And also we had goals from Kawange Mupopo, not forgetting Regina Chanda also scored a beautiful goal. So Madam Mutambo, just in case you have to ask me questions to say, so let me just break down the COSAFA Cup or how the players are picked from the COSAFA Cup. So the COSAFA Cup is a type of a tournament whereby they pick local players. So players who play for these local clubs like Green Buffaloes, Elite Zesco Ladies, and some other clubs like Power Dynamos, these are the players that are picked to participate in that particular tournament. And looking at the fact that Zambia was playing with their assistant coach, Mr. Charles Alubono, it was a very interesting game. He dominated, he had these tactics, and they paid off. Zambia managed to beat Botswana by 3-0.
Interesting. And we had NLS Piri named the player of the match yesterday.
Well, so NLS Piri has been spectacular, and she has been a fan's favorite of late, and a lot of people are saying she should be taking part in the senior national team. So we can't wait to see NLS Piri playing on that higher stage, because she's been spectacular and she scores, she plays well, and I think it was well deserved that she got the player of the match.
That's right. That's pure talent, and I believe it should be taken to the next level. So I think fans should look into it and turn up into the senior football women's team. Yes. And looking at our comments, I think we have someone excited to have you on the show today, and yes, that's Albert Chikumi saying Steve. So maybe a shout out to him.
A big shout out to you, Presido Albert Chikumi. I'm so humbled that you're happy that I'm on set, and Please don't forget that the Sportsmans will be live to you on the Information and Communications University today at 16 hours. Thank you so much. A big shout out to you.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen, on our sports segment. Well, we're coming to the end of our show, but before we go, we take a break. Stay tuned.
The Information and Communications University is complementing government effort in promoting legal and safe mining for all Zambians. ICU is offering a short practical training course to artisanal and small-scale miners and those who intend to venture into mining. This training covers identification of rocks and minerals, mining operations and equipment, health and safety in mining, environmental protection, licensing and compliance, qualifications, National Registration Card, NRC. Apply now at www.icuzambia.net. For more information, contact the ICU School of Mines, Department of Artisanal and Small-Scale Mining at +260 763 302 596 or +260 973 263 492. For analysis of mineral samples, contact the ICU School of Mines Laboratory at +260 973 263 492 or +260 977 833 434.
Well, welcome back. You are still watching the Icu TV Breakfast Show, and we just had this sports front of our sports segment of the Icu TV Breakfast Show with our sports journalist, Mr. Stephen Mape, giving us, the detail, of course, like he always does. Yeah, and now we're getting to the end of the Friday edition, and I think this is where we get to sign out. But before we go, let's
take a look at our headline this morning. Ndola motorist arrested for assaulting traffic police officer. And we go on to the next. Grandmother buried alive in pit latrine over witchcraft claims in Eastern Province. And Mugabe's son arrested. And President Hakainde Hichilema to address the nation in Parliament today. And on our health and fitness, we had our special guest who joined us. Maybe you can tell us what you were looking at?
Well, of course, we had Mr. Hamayande Suretha with us in the studio today, who told us, we were talking about mostly drug abuse and all, when we got to understand how it gets to affect somebody's mindset and all. And he also gave us some advice on how we can be able to curb such vices and, work around certain things, because, and getting to understand how or what makes certain people get to abuse drugs and all, and which was quite an interesting conversation. Needs a lot of time because we talked about it.
Drug abuse is something that's happening in our day to day. Yes, so take care of yourselves. You're depressed, you're going through something, talk to someone. At least pray also. Very important that you pray. And moving on to our what's trending on social media. President Hakainde relieves Muchima and Mwanga of ministerial duties. And on our sports front today, Zambia launched COSAFA title defense with a big win over Botswana. Those were the stories making headlines today in our headline pick.
Well, of course, and just in case, of course, we will continue. Very soon, we'll be opening our phone-in lines. Make sure to get, conversating with us. If, it has been quite amazing because people have been interacting with us in the comment section, and we will continue reading out your comments just in case you have something to say. Even just like we said last time, if you have something just to say about your day, how you want to spend your day, how you spent your weekend, how you spent your entire week, please do make sure to drop it into the comment section, and we will make sure to read it out. And if you want to say something to your partner,
not forgetting shout outs. You want to give a shout out to your loved ones, please do drop us your comments, inbox us, and we will give a shout out to your beloveds.
Well, of course, now this is where we come to the end of the Icu TV Breakfast Show once again this morning, and we've been live right here in the Chalala studios, Icu TV, off Shanjumba Road. I've been your host this morning, Maluba Mwanamuchende, and with my co-host
Amina Mutambo. Remember to catch us live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday right here on Icu TV.
Well, please do have a lovely one.
Bye-bye.